Hi, my name is Nia O Malley and I run a small farm here in the Slieve Aughties. I have a small herd of Belted Galloways, a couple of ponies and a good few donkeys. It's a small enough farm. At the moment I'm farming about 38 hectares, but some of that would be open mountain area, some of it would be bog, some of it would be species-rich grassland and wet grassland, and then some scrub and some woodland areas. My granddad bought this farm back in the 70s. It was his retirement plan to come down here and to farm, and then Mum started farming then with my granddad. She stayed farming here for about 25 years. Then there was a break where the farm sort of sat idle for about 10 years, and then I moved in and I started farming, and I've been kind of restoring it back to what it was for the past 10 years. So it's been a slow process. It was incredible and it was quite mind-opening to see how quickly it had regressed and how quickly it had gone back to wild and scrub in those 10 years. I've pretty much spent the last 10 years trying to bring it back to where it was, and I have to say the donkeys played a huge role in that. Light on the ground, they would eat everything before them, scrub and rushes. In the last couple of years I've managed to take on a few cows, and every year I'm sort of growing the herd, every year add a few more. So yeah, it's nice. I've got it to where I want it to be, and hopefully it's going to improve. So it's just an idea I'm playing with. It's a type of silvo pasture. The rows are 5 metres apart and the trees are 5 metres apart. And this is to allow me to be able to mow in between the rows and in between the trees in time. So I've interspersed alder and oak. My thinking behind it is alder being nitrogen fixing will in time benefit the land and fertilise the land. It's also likes wet land, so it'll be perfect for this. And it's fast growing, so my thinking that in time I'd be able to cut out the alder and leave the oak. So in time I would like to think that I have maybe oak every 10 metres, and I would hope that I will have shelter for my animals, that I'll have good fertile land, I'll have plenty of firewood, and also animals with in the next couple of years, once the trees are more established, animals can start grazing in here. So a number of years ago, Caroline Sullivan from the Hen Harrier Project contacted me and she was like, "Do you have cows, Nia?" I was like, "No, but I'm planning to get some." And she's like, "How soon can you get them?" And then literally within a couple of weeks I got my herd number, got my cows. So the Hen Harrier Project were trying to encourage farmers to mountain graze so that the millennial grass could be grazed off, and you create this tufted appearance. It gives a better opportunity for the heather then to become more established and to take off, and in turn then creates a nice habitat. The other side of it too is the millennial grass is a massive fire risk, and we'll walk onto another part of the mountain there. So when the grass does die down, this millennial grass, when it does die down in the winter, it starts to become very yellow and straw, like I was saying. And this will be an example of it. This kind of yellow dryness, it's very like straw, it's very light. And you can imagine if a forest fire happened to be going through here and it landed on that, it would just light up immediately. Now imagine in the late winter months, early spring, this normally would be a sea of this white dried millennial grass, an absolute sea of it. But you can see here where the cows have been grazing over the last couple of years, there's very little of it, even for me to look for it. There's very little of it left from last year because the cows have been grazing this for the past couple of years, and the amount of dry litter there is minimal. And I suppose when I started farming here first, I'm comparing my land to other farmers and looking at what they're doing and looking at the bales they're producing and the cattle they're producing and the grass they're producing. And then around here, you're looking at your land and going, it's a struggle. And then the involvement with the Hen Harrier Programme and with the Farming for Nature programme, it's been such an eye-opener. I mean, you learn to look at your land so differently. I think what you also realise is what you're contributing to the environment and to biodiversity. It's a completely different way of thinking. You're working with the farm is working with you, but you're not trying to change the farm into something that it's not. It's never going to be a intensive farm. It's never going to be that. And I think once you step back from that kind of thinking and appreciate it for what it actually is and what it's contributing and what you're part of, I think that's the bigger picture here.